But let's shuffle on to our next topic, which I think is quite fun. I think this is a funny topic. Sir Ridley Scott regrets not directing Blade Runner sequel. I shouldn't have had to make that decision. I'll tell you what, I don't regret you not directing Blade Runner sequel.
I regret it happening, period.
Nah, mate. 2049 is brilliant. I love 2049. I'm a big fan of Blade Runner.
That was boring.
I don't care. 2049, love it. But look at this nonsense. Ridley Scott is looking back and opening up about not being able to direct the Blade Runner sequel. The filmmaker had been announced by Alcon Entertainment back in 2011 to helm the follow-up to his 1982 film that starred Harrison Ford. However, Scott had to step down from director duties following a scheduling clash with Denis Villeneuve stepping up to direct Blade Runner 2049. I shouldn't have had to make that decision, he told Empire recently, but I had to. I should have done Blade Runner 2. Fuck no.
No.
Goodness me. No.
I saw your prequels to Aliens, Ridley Scott. I don't want you to touch anything else. Come up with your own thing. Just do
I mean, part of me is like, I wish he would have instead of Aliens. I agree with you, Nick. Like, and then because that way, all the nerds who always fucking argue about this movie can finally shut the fuck up, because then you can say, well, Ridley Scott's the one who did the sequel, and if he says Deckard is or isn't a fucking replicant, end of discussion. I'm so sick of that argument. And it's this movie's fault.
Spicy, Tom, now.
Well, and this is one of the reasons why I hate Blade Runners, because like I've never been a huge Blade Runner fan. It's nice to look at, but it's one of the reasons I say that Ridley Scott is extremely overrated and the wrong kid died. But that's just my opinion, I guess. So I usually get raked over the coals whenever I say that. So
well, no, like you say, this is all coming because there's an Amazon Studios Blade Runner series 2099 coming out, right? And he's on board for that. He's not directing, he's one of the producers. So this is why this is all coming out, because obviously he's on there, he's on board with there. But you know, like I've said for ages, Ridley Scott is overrated. He's overrated as a storyteller. He's an incredible cinematographer. I don't think anyone can argue that his cinematography is absolutely brilliant. He makes beautiful looking films. No matter what his best films are direct adaptations. They're direct adaptations, or when most of the work's been done for him. When he has stories, say he has credits, etc., it always falls apart. It's garbage. Always falls apart. So yeah, I don't know. I liked Denis Villeneuve's 2049. I liked it personally. I'm not here to defend it though. That's, you know, it's up to you guys if you dislike it. But as someone who liked the film, I will stand in defense of the film with him being me being very, very happy that he did not direct Blade Runner 2049. I don't think he'd do a better job than Denis Villeneuve at all.
His younger brother Tony Scott was better than he is.
Oh God, burns all round. Like Tom said, he is the wrong person.
Well, and you know, The Martian's a good movie, but as I say, it's the best Tony Scott movie Ridley Scott's ever made. But
that direct adaptation, he literally just
and it feels more like something his brother would have made.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But going back to direct adaptations, or where the work is done for him. So,
right,
Alien, for instance, he didn't do any of the good stuff that was in Alien. None of that was his choice. It was all there before him. So yeah, H.R. Giger was on board because he'd worked with Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett. The Android flip-flop thing, that wasn't a Ridley Scott idea. That was Giller and Hill, I think it was, if I remember rightly. They decided that they wanted that in there. Literally, none of the decisions were his that people view as the most iconic ones. So,
yeah, my favorite two movies by Ridley Scott is probably Alien and Gladiator.
I do like Gladiator. I will say that much. Yeah, again, I wonder how much work was done outside of.
You guys can't wait for Gladiator 2, then, evidently.
Oh God, I don't know why they're doing that. What the
why?
Fuck?
Not needed.
Because Ridley Scott.
Tom, see,
not
now
needed.
you triggered me again. That was the most unneeded film sequel ever made. Russell Crowe's dead. He died in the Gladiator died in the movie. How do you make 2? I mean, I don't want to watch.
He had a baby.
Yeah,
This is gonna be like Kickboxer 2. You know, it's gonna be like his brother. You know, and he's gonna come
like
and it's gonna be like straight to DVD type movie.
The other version I heard is like it's Maximus in hell, but you cannot get like not sorry. Like fucking Russell Crowe looks like he ate the actor formerly known as Russell Crowe. Like you cannot bring him in again, and no,
you can't use him at all in the second film.
Yeah, I mean, not good. I mean, like Blade Runner as a TV series. What do we think of that? Anyone excited for Blade Runner TV series? Amazon's done some good stuff here and there. They really have.
It's going to be almost impossible to make that look right for an entire series unless Amazon's going to
disagree. So you think about Blade Runner, the gritty streets that they have, well easy to make. That's so literally just rent a warehouse.
I mean, they can just go to San Francisco. They just go to San Francisco and shoot.
They've been standing in shit all the time. So
well, yeah, but it's that. There you go.
But the cyberpunk set locations, that wouldn't be that difficult to do. It's the broader sets that would be a little bit more. I honestly don't think that's not that difficult to do. I mean, think about Netflix doing it for Altered Carbon, their first season of Altered Carbon. They did great things with that.
Yeah, but they didn't have expansive sets, and most everything else was like, you know, mats and digital graphics and stuff, you know.
Yeah, but how many locations were used in Blade Runner, the first one? Not a lot.
Okay, but this is supposed to expand that world. I mean,
it's only supposed to be 10 hours.
Okay, so they're going to put it in. Okay, so it's going to be 3 rooms of people sitting around tables talking about their feelings.
And maybe we'll hear we'll hear narration as well. We'll hear people's thoughts, like in the fucking dog shit US theatrical cut of fucking Harrison Ford's thoughts. Don't narrate the film, Harrison Ford. What are you doing? Fuck off. People that follow me on Twitter at @MissAgeReviews, everyone. I sat down at the weekend and I was like, whenever I watch stuff now, I take a picture of my TV and I'm like, I'm just watching this. And I did Blade Runner because it was on Amazon Prime. So I was like, I'll sit down and watch this. That'll be cool. You know, I'll just watch this. Why not? And then like 5 minutes in, I'm like, it's the fucking theatrical cut. I fucking switch it off. I'm like, no, I'm watching Alien instead.
Well, I think for the show, what it needs to be about is the main character that Ryan Gosling plays finds out he is a replicant made of plastic named Ken.
I like, yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. Okay, now I'm on board.
Yeah.
So Barbie is technically a sequel to Blade Runner 2049, then,
yes,
where they go into a simulation.
Yes.
Yep.
I love.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Well, anyway, there you go. Ridley Scott, everyone. Give the man a round of applause or a bottle of whiskey. One of the two. What I say.